just leave us alone?
What?
Why not just leave us be?
You wouldn't have left a dog in that place.
Why not leave us in Italy?
What, let the murdering cow just get away with
Look,
it?
I told you, don't call her that! We were happy. She was building a new life for us.
Us? There wasn't an us, Stephen. Us would have been the whole family, but it wasn't, was it? Where was Lucy?
She'd have taken her. She told me.
But she didn't.
If you let her.
She was going to split the family up. OK? I wasn't having that. I'd never have that. Look how hard I fought to stop you going to New Zealand.
Fought to keep me away from my dad,
No,
you mean?
Fought to keep the family together.
So if she had have taken Lucy, that'd have been OK. You'd have just said fine. It had nothing to do with me, Peter or Lucy. You hunted her down because of what she'd done to you.
That's not true.
She knew you would. She knew you wouldn't rest until you put her back where you wanted her, back in the gutter.
That's not true either.
No, actually, it's not. Because you did worse than that, didn't you? You didn't rest until you had her banged up in some old cell.
She put herself in there.
I suppose she deserved to die like that as well, didn't she? That was all her fault.
No one could have known what would happen. I mean, you can't lay that at my door.
She can't. I can. The last thing she ever said to me, the very last time I saw her, when Nan took me into prison.
Pat never told me that.
She knew you wouldn't let her. She had. Don't let him do it, she said. Don't let him do to you what he's doing to me. Don't you ever let him lay you this low.
She was in that place. She was in that state because of what she tried to do.
She paid a fair old price for it, didn't she? For what she tried to do.
She expected me to pay that price.
I came out of there. I really wanted to take you on. To do something for her. But what could I do? I was just a kid. You sat us all down. Told us she died.
That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
I did the only thing I could do back then. Get out. Get as far away from the man that chokes the life out of everything.
Like mother likes.
That takes anything good and turns it
Just
bad.
wash your hands of the rest of us and go off to your great new life with wonderful Simon. I mean, he was always number one for your mum. Obviously number one for you now, too. So why all this, eh? I mean, that's what I don't get. Why bother coming back? You got what you wanted. You got life with Simon. It's what your mum always wanted. And you got it. So why even give a thought to the rest of us? What was it, Stephen? Not quite the yellow brick road you expected it to be? History repeated itself, didn't it? He didn't turn out to be the fella that your mum thought he was, and he didn't turn out to be the dad you thought he was.
You should know all about that, shouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know all about him. He was the first one to leave Cindy on her own. Little boy to bring up. No money. Nowhere to go. Do the same to you, did he? Just welcomed you with open arms. I mean, when the novelty wore off, just dropped you like a stone.
Just shut up, OK? It wasn't like that.
So it's all gone wrong, then? This great new life in this brand new world. And little Stephen thinks to himself, who can I blame for my life turning out so crap? Whose life can I wreck now?
Lucy? You OK? Lucy? Lucy!